In this video, we'll delve into the nuances of motivation and discipline, dissecting why waiting for motivation is ineffective and how cultivating discipline can lead to consistent success. In our journey towards personal and professional growth, we often encounter the external struggle between motivation and discipline. While both play critical roles in achieving our goals, they are distinct forces that work in very different ways. Motivation provides the initial spark, a burst of energy that propels us forward, while discipline is the unwavering commitment that keeps us on track, even when motivation falters. Waiting for motivation to strike before taking action can be detrimental as an approach because it stifles progress and stalls our aspirations. The misconception of motivation. Motivation is often romanticized as an elusive muse that strikes at the perfect moment, filling us with vigor and enthusiasm to conquer our challenges. We've all experienced those moments when a powerful quote, an inspiring story, or a rousing speech ignites our passion and momentarily makes us feel invincible. While these bursts of motivation can be invigorating, relying solely on them is a flawed approach. The fickle nature of motivation is evident in how short lived it is. It can be there 1 minute and gone the next, leaving us wondering why our initial enthusiasm has faded. This dependency on external triggers for motivation is like building a house on shifting sand. It lacks a solid foundation. When we wait for motivation to strike before taking action, we inadvertently surrender control of our progress to external forces. The fallacy of feeling like it. A common trap we fall into is waiting to feel like it before we start working towards our goals. We believe that we need to be in the right mood, the right mindset, or the circumstances must be right for us to be able to take action. This fallacy implies that motivation must precede action, causing us to delay or even abandon our pursuits when we're not in the right state of mind. The problem with this approach is that it disregards the power of discipline. Discipline doesn't require us to be in a specific emotional state. It demands commitment and consistency regardless of our current feelings. While waiting for motivation to strike, we miss out on the opportunity to cultivate discipline, which is a much more sustainable and reliable force for progress. The triumph of discipline. Discipline is the silent force behind many great achievements. It's the ability to show up consistently, day in, day out, irrespective of how you feel in the moment. Discipline involves setting clear goals and establishing routines. That's key. And sticking to those routines even when the motivation wanes. It's about training our minds to operate on autopilot, making constant progress regardless of our emotional fluctuations. The true power of discipline lies in its ability to transform actions into habits. Habits are automatic behaviors that become ingrained through repetition. I have a gym habit. I like to weight train at least 3 times a week. On the other days, I'll likely do some sort of cardio, walking, cycling, or something else. But I've gone to the gym, and I can't believe I'm about to admit this, but I've gone to the gym for the last 36 years. And through so much repetition, training is now a non negotiable for me. Are there times when I don't want to go and I just don't feel like it? Hell yeah. But because it's a habit, I just do it anyway, regardless of how I'm feeling. I'm able to override those feelings of can't be botheredness. So, making training non negotiable, a non negotiable habit for me, is what keeps me going on the days when I really don't want to. Creating habits that stick. Creating habits offers a dependable pathway to achieve our goals, circumventing the unreliable cycle of waiting for motivation. The key lies in harnessing the power of what we've just been talking about, discipline and consistency. So, if you want to create that new habit, you need to start by selecting a specific behavior that you want to incorporate into your routine and breaking it down into manageable steps. Focus first on a cue, something that naturally occurs in your environment. It could be a specific time of day, an existing routine, or a trigger that you encounter regularly. Linking the old and the new together is known as habit stacking. Habit stacking is a powerful technique that leverages the existing routines in our lives to seemingly integrate new habits. By strategically piggybacking a desired behavior onto an already established one, we create a seamless transition that enhances the likelihood of success. The habit loop. The habit loop is a commonly accepted way we create new habits. There are 3 steps involved. Number 1, the cue. The key is to identify a specific cue, like I've just mentioned, within your existing routine, such as brushing your teeth or having breakfast, and link it to the new habit you want to cultivate. This approach capitalizes on the brain's natural tendency to associate cues with actions, making the adoption of new behaviors more effortless. Habit stacking not only streamlines the process of habit formation, but it also reduces the cognitive load associated with introducing a completely novel routine. Basically, it takes away the need for motivation. Through this method, you can ingeniously weave positive changes into your daily life, paving the way for more productive and fulfilling routines. Number 2, the routine. So, next, once you've chosen your cue, establish a clear routine that follows the cue, ensuring it's achievable and not overly daunting. For instance, if you aim to exercise daily, begin with a short walk or a brief workout. If you want a healthier diet, eat clean for just 1 meal a day. If you want to master a new skill, do it for just 10 minutes a day to begin with. Our brains don't respond well to massive changes. It will rather keep us in known pain than potential pleasure. So, big changes it will see as a potential threat, and undoubtedly you'll end up self-sabotaging, which I like to refer to as misguided self-love. Number 3, the reward. The final piece of the puzzle is the reward. Identify a positive outcome that follows the completion of the routine. It could be a sense of accomplishment, a treat, or a moment of relaxation. That closes the loop on our habit loop. By consistently repeating this cycle, cue, routine, reward, you'll gradually reinforce the habit, making it an integral part of your daily life. A crucial aspect of habit creation is to start small and build momentum over time. Rather than aiming for drastic changes, focus on incremental progress. As the habit becomes ingrained, you can gradually increase the complexity or duration of the routine. Tracking your progress and celebrating milestones can also bolster your commitment to the habit. Remember, discipline takes the reins where motivation falters. By cultivating habits, you'll establish a reliable framework that keeps you moving forward, even when the initial motivation has long gone. By focusing on cultivating positive habits, we reduce our reliance on motivation and initiate action. Over time, these habits, like my gym habit, become second nature, making the process of taking action more effortless and natural. Overcoming resistance. Resistance is that force that opposes our efforts to change and improve. It's that internal voice that whispers excuses, encourages procrastination, and thrives on comfort. Waiting for motivation often stems from giving in to resistance. We succumb to the belief that we should only act when it feels easy or enjoyable. To overcome resistance, we must acknowledge its presence and develop strategies to counteract it. Two techniques like the 2-minute rule and the Pomodoro effect can help break down tasks into manageable chunks, making them less intimidating and easier to start. I've written articles on productivity using various techniques, including these two, on my blog. It is joebanks.net/blog, and I'll leave a link in the description. By taking small steps and building momentum, we can gradually conquer resistance and nurture our discipline. The 5-second rule. If you're prone to procrastination, the number one tool I've found for managing procrastination is the 5-second rule, created by renowned American success coach Mel Robbins. In essence, there is a 5-second lag between us having the idea to do something and getting into action. In that short space of time, your brain will decide whether there is a perceived physical or mental pain or risk involved. If it finds something, which undoubtedly it will, otherwise you wouldn't have stalled, you'd have just got straight on with it, your brain will convince you to do something else less painful instead. In other words, it will sabotage you. So, to override procrastination, as soon as you have the idea to do something, literally count out loud 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and launch yourself into action. This simple but effective process has been extensively researched and its benefits have been clinically proven. It works by occupying the part of the brain that usually comes up with excuses. You can use it for anything you're procrastinating over. Getting out of bed, making a phone call that you don't want to make, going to the gym, reaching for the cakes and chocolate instead of a healthy snack, doing homework, writing a report that you don't want to do, doing the dishes, cleaning, ironing, working on your goals, and creating new habits. It works for literally anything that you're avoiding, regardless of what it is. The hardest part of the 5-second rule? Remembering to do it. Reframe your resistance. Another great tool that I teach clients and I use myself frequently, in fact, probably daily, especially on the days when I don't feel like doing something, is the reframe. There are always at least two ways of looking at any situation, and doing a reframe helps you consider the positives rather than dwelling on the negatives. So let's take the example of going to the gym. I might be procrastinating and coming up with all kinds of excuses, such as I'm tired, I don't feel like it, I'm too busy. All really genuine excuses that I use quite frequently. However, I'll counteract that with, yes, but if I go, I'll feel better. I'll feel more energized. My mental health will be better, and my ability to be able to help myself and my clients more effectively will definitely benefit from it. So, whenever you find yourself procrastinating over something, do a reframe. Consider the benefits of the thing that you're procrastinating over. Ask yourself, what could be good about this? How will I feel when I've accomplished this? What can I do to make things easier? How can I make this fun? I think you get the idea on this one. Strategically leveraging motivation. While discipline is definitely the cornerstone of consistent progress, motivation can still be a valuable tool when used strategically. Instead of waiting for motivation to magically appear, we can leverage it to our advantage. Use moments of high motivation to set clear goals, visualize your desired outcomes, and create a roadmap for your journey. Once the initial surge of motivation subsides, that's when discipline and habits take over, ensuring you adhere to your plan when motivation dwindles. By integrating motivation as a catalyst for setting intentions and establishing direction, you create synergy between motivation and discipline, propelling you forward with purpose and determination. Conclusion. In the timeless battle between motivation and discipline, discipline emerges as the victor when it comes to consistent progress and lasting success. Waiting for motivation to strike before taking action is akin to waiting for lightning to strike the same spot twice. It's unpredictable and unreliable. By embracing discipline, we lay the groundwork for steady growth and achievement. Remember, motivation is a fleeting visitor, while discipline is a steadfast companion. Instead of passively waiting for motivation to arrive, actively cultivate discipline through consistent action, positive habits, and strategies to overcome resistance. By doing so, you'll navigate your journey with purpose and resilience, transforming your aspirations into tangible accomplishments. Whether your goals are personal, professional, or a combination of both, discipline will be your guiding light, ensuring that you continue moving forward even when motivation has disappeared. What next? For more reading, I have tons of articles in relation to productivity, goal setting, motivation, discipline on my website at jobanks.net/blog. I'll leave a link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing doesn't cost anything, but it helps YouTube know the content is interesting, so they'll push it out to more people. And no, you don't look like you're stalking, which is what one person told me. I intend to upload at least twice a week for the foreseeable future, so hit that notification button too, so that you don't miss a thing. As always, thanks for watching. Thank you to everyone who watches until the very end, and enjoy your day.